Hello. Hello, everybody. How are you doing? It is, what is today? My goodness, it's Wednesday, February 12th. Can't you tell it's February? February 12th, roughly 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Here's I call these weather quickies. It's going to be a quick 5, maybe 6, 7 minute video on what's happening here, not only across my old stomping grounds there, the tri-state, New Jersey, Philadelphia area, but also here in South Florida. If my face looks a little white, I just got done swimming laps, so I'm still covered in sunscreen here right now. Beautiful down here, as you can tell. We've had, my goodness, I want to say, well, today's going to be at least 12 straight days in the 80s, and we have at least 2 or 3 more. So we're looking at probably 15 days in a row where the highs are going to be in the low 80s here in the West Palm Beach area. We're in Stewart, so we're about maybe 35, 40 minutes north of there. Weather's just been fabulous. We do have a cool down heading this way. Come here. But the weather here has been great. You guys up in the Philadelphia area had yourself quite a little snowstorm. Hi, Paigey. Do you want to say hi to everybody?
No.
What do you mean, no? Say hi.
No.
Do you see yourself? Do you see? Oh, no. Where are you going? You being shy all of a sudden? All right. Well, when you're ready, you come back out here and we'll say hi to everybody, okay? Okay, you go ahead and you watch Peppa. I'm going to share the screen. All right, let's start out with, let's see what we got here. I forget the order I have these in. Okay, let's start out with this one. So, all right, we did really well with that snow that hit last night. I was very happy with the way that panned out. Almost every number that I projected was correct. Don't you think so, Paigey?
No.
No. Okay. Um, so what's on the table next is going to be this system here. Okay, and it's kind of point now is the ridge is still pretty strong across the southeast, and so now some of these storms are going to start to cut a little bit, or in other words, are going to come from south to north, but west Philadelphia area. That's going to put us in the warm sector, and that means rain events here moving forward. Now there could be a little bit. This is what is tonight? Tonight, actually, into Thursday morning. There could be a little bit of ice for the far western counties, but it's not going to last. And it will quickly go over to rain. As a matter of fact, as you can see, most of this is rain. This is 7 o'clock in the morning on Thursday. All right, that is 10 o'clock in the morning. It's all rain. It's all rain. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Hi, Paigey. You got your graham cracker there? Say hi to everybody.
Cracky.
Cracky, that's right. And then as we move along here, we got another storm. Okay, so this one, in short, this one coming in tonight into tomorrow is all rain. Maybe a little bit of ice, far western counties on the onset, at the onset, but that's it. Got another one coming. All right, this is going to be Saturday night into Sunday. Again, this one starts out as maybe a little bit of snow and ice, but we're way north of Philadelphia. We're north of the Pennsylvania Turnpike here. This is mainly the far western counties, the Lehigh Valley and the Poconos. Goes right over to rain. Okay, there you go. Yes, honey. And then this is all rain. No storm today. We'll get some rain on Thursday. Actually, I was just going to get to that, honey. And there comes and goes that storm. So that one's not that big of a deal. Let's see. So how about the rain totals? Okay, there you go. Now this is good. You folks in the
Because Murphy's scared of the storm sometimes.
Murphy's scared of the storm sometimes.
Yeah.
What, he doesn't like the thunder, does he? It's too loud, isn't it? Okay. Well, hopefully we don't get some thunderstorms down here. You want to go to the beach this weekend? Okay. Yeah, and you go ahead. You eat your cracky. Real quick, here's Murph. Say hi, Murph.
He can't talk.
What do you mean he can't talk? All right, so what you're looking at here is rain totals. So again, basically what's happening is the tonight into Thursday morning, it's all rain, maybe a little ice at the onset, far western counties, Lehigh Valley. The second storm that comes in is going to be a Saturday, I guess it's late Saturday night into Sunday. That one too, far western counties, Lehigh Valley, maybe it briefly starts as a little snow and ice, majority of it's rain. Now, when you take the combined rainfall totals between these two systems, you can see it looks like you're going to get the tri-state's looking at least 1 to 2 inches of rain, which is good. All right, you guys are still in a drought. And actually, I believe it's the Pine Barrens in southern New Jersey. You're in a severe drought right now. So you need the wet weather. Looks like you're finally going to get some here. And I know it's going to wash all the snow away. It was a pretty sight this morning, but you do desperately need the rain at this point. Okay, so here's a look at the statement that was issued by the National Weather Service. I have no arguments with this. This looks dead on to me, actually. So overcast today is what they're saying, with sprinkles or flurries possible in the areas that you see shaded here in purple. All right, that's where the winter weather advisory is. And in those areas, so this is Berks County, the Lehigh Valley, and the Poconos, you're expecting a light wintry mix of snow, sleet, and freezing rain. Light accumulations are possible. But, I want to caution you. I sometimes hate using the word light with these because, as we all know, it doesn't take a lot of ice. Some of the worst car wrecks on the Schuylkill that I remember when I used to forecast in Philadelphia were from storms that would bring like 2/100ths of an inch of ice. You wouldn't even, you barely get anything, because what happens is you don't think about it. You let your guard down and then you drive a little bit faster than you should. And then you do hit an icy patch, and instead of tapping the brakes, you jam on the brakes. Next thing you know, you can't stop. Now you hit a car. Now the car behind that car can't stop and hits you, and so on and so forth. So overall, the intensity of the precip is supposed to be light. But again, don't let your guard down. If you're traveling um, sometime tonight in those areas, just be really, really careful. Okay. Let's go over to this one here. Now, before we get into the longer term for the Philadelphia area, I'm going to show you the pattern, how it evolves over the next 2 weeks. Some of the forecast modeling is showing just a walloping on the East Coast, a huge, huge snowstorm. Whether or not it plays out, that still remains to be seen. We've seen the modeling do this before, but I'm going to show you how that's all going to evolve here in a moment. I just want to go back down to Florida real quick. And we've been really, really dry. We also, as a matter of fact, let me start with this one here. Okay. So this is from the U.S. Drought Monitor. We've been really, really dry. This is technically the dry season. All right. You get into December, January, February, March. Doesn't rain much. Almost every day is what you see behind me here, which is nice. The snowbirds come down. They enjoy some beautiful weather before it gets too hot, and then they go back up, to New Jersey, the Philadelphia area. So they want the sun. They've had their fair share of it. But let me share with you just how dry it's been. Since November 1st, remember Milton, all those tornadoes, the heavy rain, all that stuff. That left us. We had a couple more tropical systems that we had to get through after Milton, tropical downpours, things like that. And then the pattern completely quieted down. So since November 1st to today, we've picked up 2.23 inches of rain, I believe, in West Palm Beach. We should have had over a foot during that same stretch. So I know it is the dry season, but even for the dry season, it is way too dry. And now the U.S. Drought Monitor has West Palm Beach and most of Palm Beach County in what's considered a moderate drought. Remember, this time of the year, the angle of the sun is getting higher and higher and higher. The temperatures are getting warmer and warmer and warmer. What's the matter, honey? Babe, can you help her? What happened? Did she bump her head? Oh, I'll have to go see if she's okay. I saw her playing with that fan over there. Daggone it. So it's been really, really dry. Okay. And we're about 10.5 inches below where we should be for this time of the year. Well, if you go back to November 1st, we haven't even seen 15% of what's considered normal. And the fear moving forward is for wildfire season. We're not expected to move into the rainy season, for at least another 2 months. So I'm starting to become really fearful for what could happen down here in South Florida. I do see that they're doing a lot of prescribed burns, which is good, because what that'll do is, if we do suddenly break out into a situation where we got wildfires developing all over, that should limit the spread. How many acres they burn. Let's hope we don't get into that kind of situation. Okay, so we need some rain. Looks like we're going to get some. A front is finally going to push through. Notice what's happening. This is really late Thursday night into Friday morning. There's your front right there. If you look, you kind of see that faint line just north of Orlando, north of Daytona Beach. Going to get some showers and downpours developing out ahead of it. Now, the problem is it's way out ahead of the front. So we're kind of outrunning the upper level support. We get a couple showers and some downpours, but this is going to be short-lived. Notice how all of this weakens as it pushes closer to West Palm Beach. And that's just simply because it's outrunning its support. But two things. One, at least we get some rain in parts of the area, mainly the Treasure Coast. And two, we will finally get some cooler temperatures behind this front as we get into Sunday night. Monday and Tuesday look really, really nice down here. Okay, so that's the Philadelphia area. In short, that's what's going on in South Florida. She's, yeah, okay. All right, so what's going to happen here moving forward? Let's start out with, you know what? How about we start out with this one? Okay. What you're looking at here is this is the upper levels. Remember, and I used to talk about this a lot when I was forecasting in the Philadelphia area. When you get your college degree, you're taught to forecast up above first, and then you work your way down to the surface. You have the what's called the forecast cone. You always look at the upper levels first. That determines a lot of times what's going to happen as you work your way down to the surface. So we're looking at the upper levels. Okay, this is about 20,000 feet, and where you see the blues and this it's like a light greenish color. Those are troughs. Okay, or areas of lower pressure, if you will. And then we see the oranges and the reds. Those are areas of higher pressure, ridges. Okay. So what's going to happen here is a set it in motion. Notice all the cold air is usually where the troughs are. Okay. In short, I mean, there's a little bit more to it, but I'm trying not to get too technical here. Notice how the ridge builds on the East Coast, and this is why the next two systems for the Philadelphia area are mainly rain. Okay, because there's no real cold air on the I-95 corridor once we get beyond this afternoon. It all kind of erodes. Cold air is building to the north though, and to the west. As we get into this upcoming weekend, we warm. Notice the ridge here in the east. You see the oranges, but then look towards the left. All right, the four corner states. You see that little pocket of blue? This swings out. Look how deep this thing drops, by the way. Gets all the way up into Texas, and then boom, swings through. Now, this is the early stages, the first signs of a pattern change again towards colder weather for the east of the Mississippi. What we have to watch now, this is the 17th. What we have to watch is for an area, so that trough comes and goes. See it lifting up through Maine? We have to watch a surface low developing. All right, there's the possibility, not necessarily with that push there, but if you look towards Texas again, you see the blue developing there? See this little guy rounding the bend? That one right there. There is the possibility a surface low develops with that trough. And this is the 20th of February. Okay, so roughly 8 days from now. You can see it's low pressure over high pressure. You see the red over the top there across the Hudson Bay. That's key because that'll likely, there's a little more to it. You need a 50-50 low, which I do not see here. But yeah, there is one. Actually, there is one there towards Newfoundland. It's a little bit farther to the north. But in other words, these are pieces to the puzzle. You need that low to draw the coastal low closer to the shoreline, and you need that red area there to the north to supply the cold air and set the block. Okay, so you got a lot of pieces to the puzzle here. Okay, it's just a question of everything coming together. All right, this model here suggests everything does come together. Now it is the GFS. The GFS has been in La La Land about 1,000,000 times so far this winter season. But what's interesting is not necessarily at the moment, but a couple days ago, the Europe. That's what we have to keep an eye on. You got the two rain systems coming up tonight, tomorrow morning, and then the weekend for the Northeast and the Mid Atlantic with interior snows. And then you've got this potential monster as we get into what was it, the 20th, right? I think that's what I said. Sometime around the 20th, give or take a day. It's all going to depend on when everything comes together, if it comes together. If it comes together, it's going to be a huge storm. Okay. If it doesn't come together and you get a piece pushing through, followed by another piece here, and then another piece here, like let's just suppose you're getting little pieces one at a time and not necessarily everything kind of pushing together to form one monster storm, then you just get, if it's snow, you get lighter amounts. If it's rain, you get lighter amounts. If it's just cold air, it's not as cold as it could be. You know what I mean? So you would need all of this to come together to get the walloping. Models have been hinting towards that over the last couple of days. What you see in front of you is a GFS. It's still hinting towards that. I'm not sold on it yet, but it is something that we'll have to watch. Okay, ran a little long here. I wanted to try to keep this 8 minutes or less, and instead it's 15 minutes. So, okay, you guys take care. I'll do another one of these tomorrow. We'll take a closer look. Here's what we'll do. We'll take a closer look at this situation tomorrow. Just want to see if Paige's doing okay. I don't like that she bumped her head. That made me sad. But we'll take a closer look at this potential setup in the storm next week here, sometime between like the 18th and the 22nd tomorrow. Okay. You guys take care. Enjoy the snow that you had. I'm jealous. I know you see palm trees behind me here, but I would like to have a snowstorm this winter too, and I'm not going to get it. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.